Hey Sooner fans, my name is Jessica Kinder. I'm from Kansas City, Missouri. I'm a senior here on the women's gymnastics team.
Alright Jessica, the first thing I just want to ask you, what's your favorite event and why?
My favorite event is right now, it always changes. It's probably bars just because I've never had a chance to compete bars in college, but usually it's floor.
Okay, now I know gymnastics is kind of one of those sports where you start at a really young age. Just looking back, when did you start gymnastics and what are just kind of your first memories and what you enjoyed about it or what kind of really drew your interest to it?
I started gymnastics when I was 6 years old, and it's kind of funny, my parents actually put me in gymnastics because I was a really clumsy kid and I wouldn't put my hands down when I fell, so I think they were thinking maybe I could get some coordination out of it.
So it's kind of ended up benefiting you in more ways than one. I know you came here, you started as a walk-on, and now you're a scholarship athlete and everything. Just talk about kind of the process since you've been here, kind of how you've developed and what you've learned about yourself through that process.
It definitely wasn't easy being a walk-on. I had to go through a whole process of prove myself and that, you know, I could be one of those kids that could be on scholarship and compete and be relied upon when the team needed me.
Competing in all-around for the first time this year, just talk about that. And I know for a gymnast, that's kind of the ultimate goal, is to get to that point where you're competing in the all-around. What's it like to actually be in that position now?
I actually started out as only exhibitioning probably floor and vault, and then the next year I competed vault, and then I worked my way up to competing 3 events. And competing all around this year is just awesome because I never ever thought that I would have a chance to compete all around on such a great team with great teammates that are great competitors as well.
What's the difference between competing in all around rather than just competing on a couple of events? Obviously you're competing in more events, but are there more hours in the gym, or just kind of what's the difference in the training regimen?
There isn't really more hours in the gym because we're all in here the same amount of time, whether you do 2 events or whether you do 4. But I mean, there's definitely a lot more to do, and you have less time to get your work done, so you have to be a lot more efficient with what you're doing.
Just talk about maybe the team camaraderie a little bit and what it's been like to be a part of this team.
The team is great here. It's definitely like a family. We're together almost 24/7, so we get along great, and the coaches as well. We're all just big goofballs on the team.
That's one of the things that comes up a lot when I ask student athletes all across sports. They always mention the team atmosphere, the family. Is that, would you say, is maybe the one thing that you're really going to miss once your career is over here?
Definitely. It's like having 15 sisters on the team, and even the coaches and our trainer sometimes act almost as our parents just because we don't have anybody here to look over us like our parents usually do.
Now, like mentioned, it's your senior year. You got about half the season left here. Just what are you looking forward to for the remainder of the season, and kind of what are your goals? What do you want to accomplish yet this year?
I've definitely already accomplished my all-around competing all 4 events. I would love to just see my scores go up a little bit and place a little bit more in the all-arounder events individually. But more so, I would love to see the team win Big 12s again, and also qualify for Super 6 at Nationals.
So that's kind of been a progression with this team. You guys, like you mentioned, won the Big 12 and then goal is a Super 6. Just what's it going to take for this team to get to that point, and kind of how do you see the team continuing to build towards that? I
definitely think we can do it this year. We all have the hard work in the gym, and I think it's just a matter of putting everything together when it counts.
Now, with this being your senior year, I guess the season's not over. You probably don't want to look ahead too much, but what's the next step for you, or where do you see yourself, or what are your goals for after this year, after your gymnastics is over here?
I've already started grad school. I plan on finishing my grad school, and as for the rest, I'm not sure where I'm headed. I'm just keeping it open.
What are you in grad school for right now?
I am in grad school for athletic administration.
Okay. Is that one of your goals? Is that something you really want to get involved in? Or?
I definitely want to stay involved with athletes. I love working with them, and I just already have experience with it.
Absolutely. Well, we appreciate your time. That's all we have, and good luck the rest of the season and down the road in the future.
Thank you.